Let's make your business stand out today. This is IMOX in my own experience. And today I want to talk about how you can make your business stand out. Um, there's something called the Sea of Sameness, or business is same, as my Indian friends would say. Business is same. When businesses are too similar, and you're one of them, you need to make yours stand out. Otherwise, you'll end up struggling, trying to make it big. And you know how big Africa is? You should think big. You should think like the same as Africa is. But in order to do so, you must think differently. Walk outside. Just step outside of where you are right now and look down the street. You see those people who have their businesses along the street, especially in the evenings, selling tomatoes, onions, and used clothes and bicycles and anything else. The uncomfortable truth is that you would not know why you should go buy this person and not buy from this person and not from the other. And it affects every kind of business that is set up in a place where there's freedom to compete. How will it affect your business? It will affect your business when your business is, let's say your business is exactly the same as all the others. How will it affect your business? What do I say? You'll never make it big. Once again, let me just say it again. You'll never make it big, because why would I come and buy from you? Tell me why. If your business is a copy paste of a business that you found there, if the next guy comes and copy pastes your business, people, the customers, will never see the reason as to why they should continue coming to you for what it is that they need, which is the thing that brought them out to the market. So in my own experience, I want to talk to you about something that I've seen in my lifetime. But what is this Sea of Sameness? Let's start with the definitions. It's a situation where your business is so similar to the next, that customers struggle to tell them apart. Everybody is selling the same things. Go right now to a place around the corner where they're selling secondhand shoes. All of them are selling the same things or similar things. Go around the other corner to where they're selling pots and pans. They are all so similar, all 17 of them. Go to down the street where Mama Mbogas are selling their greens. It's exactly the same. Go into any supermarket, any grocery store, everybody's doing the same thing. So why would somebody come to you and not to the other, unless they have a reason to? So today, we need to give them the reason to do exactly that. Otherwise, the biggest danger is that they're going to start choosing based on price. And once they begin to choose based on price, it's going to be impossible for you to grow your business into a multinational. You might ask, a multinational? Yes. Across many nations, over many nations, in many nations. And you might be asking yourself, Mimi, Mimi Mama Mboga, how am I going to make it from here into Kampala, and then into Harare, and into the other capital centers of the other countries? Make sure that your business is not a copy of another. That's the secret. It's not always the price. The price matters, yes, but it's also about differentiating from other businesses. When a new shop comes into a certain place, it succeeds because it's answering to a particular need. What people do is they just come and look at your business and then copy it. But if you have something that is very unique to yours, that is very difficult for the other person to copy, then you have an advantage. And that advantage is what is going to take you to the top and keep you up there forever. Staying at the top is not always easy, but it is good. Sometimes you are the second or the third or the umpteenth person in, and it feels safe to just copy. But don't forget, you've just joined a whole sea of people who are exactly the same. There's nothing unique about you. So you'll come in and you'll have told your friends, I'm going to be at a certain place. And so today they'll come and tomorrow they'll come. But when they find that as they're walking away, that your prices and the other person's prices are exactly the same, people begin to compare the copies. And at the end of the day, what they'll do is they will settle for something that is closer to them, that is cheaper than yours, and you will lose the customers that you came in with, even though you are hoping that those are your customers. Think about the businesses that you remember. You remember that business? See that one that you thought about? You remember that business? Why do you remember it? It's because it was famous or known, or it identified very strongly with something. It made you feel like you are important. It gave you a very good customer experience. Maybe it was the speed of service, maybe it was the quality, the experience, maybe it's their story. It's just something that makes it stand out and become very, very different, at least in the mind of the customer. Customers do not remember businesses that just blend into the background. They remember businesses that stand out for something specific. If somebody cannot explain in one sentence what makes your business different, that is a problem that you need to solve, because it is a problem. Customers need to tell that Juma's business is different for this reason. I can remember Juma's business because of this. Is it about being weird? No. Is it about being very cheap? No. So what happens is, at that point, that you, as the entrepreneur, you begin to get confused. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be weird? Does it mean that I have to keep changing my things around? It doesn't mean that you need to create a completely new industry. You just need to be smart about it. One day in a matatu, there was a makanga selling underwears. And people noted him because he always had an underwear on his head. And when people are busy laughing, he would be busy selling those underwears. And he really sold them. A short while later, a whole bunch of other young people came and started also wearing the underwears on their heads. And all of a sudden, he lost his advantage. So yes, you can provide something as an experience that as an experience that people will relate to, but you've got to make it such that it really is a difference. He made a few shillings extra for a few days, and it helped him. But he ended up closing down his underwear selling business and going into something else. Why? Because he wasn't able to differentiate in a manner that would leave him as the winner. Customers will not buy what your business is. They'll buy how your business makes them feel. Don't forget that. Customers will not buy your item. They'll buy your item because they'll buy what it makes them. They'll pay for how they feel for buying that item. So they need to perceive that the goods that you're selling, that thing that you're trading in, is making them feel very special. And they'll think of your product as excellent because of how it makes them feel. There are thrift stores, shops that sell something at 100 shillings each. And when it starts off in your town, hey, there's a lot of noise about it and so on, until those things begin to fall apart. which is within a few days. And once they begin to fall apart, your business is generally doomed. So it's not about the logo, it's not about the price, it's not about the color, it's about how you make them feel. And you've got to look for that thing in your business that makes your business, that makes your customer feel special. You want to sell something that when somebody hears the name, they relate to it with comfort and joy, satisfaction, with ease of, I can pay for that. And if the answer is, I don't know, there's nothing specific about it, then you're in trouble. Young entrepreneurs make a mistake. They focus on a few important things, but without anything different or emotional about the business. So they'll place their computer, their laptop, where everybody can see it. They'll talk about it online like it's, like a good thing. But then it doesn't make me feel like I should buy it. Why should I buy that particular laptop? If you want to be, say for example, you're a photographer and you want to differentiate yourself, you can make your photography blend in with, say, an edible thing. So you price yourself with the cookie or the cupcake factored in, so that when you take a photograph of somebody, you offer them a cupcake or a samosa or something for free, and they'll feel, yeah, this guy is my buddy because I took my photographs there and he gave my child, a sweet. It'll make them feel special, close to you, understood, appreciated. That's just an example. It may not even work, I don't know, but just thinking off the top of my head. Where I work, there are very many cameramen who are there every Sunday, and they're all the same. There's no difference whatsoever. The backgrounds are the same. Why would I go to A and not to B? And those guys are about 20 every Sunday, from morning until night. So why should I go to cameraman A and not B or C? So they've got to think outside of the box. So ask yourself, what should I focus on? What should I really do to make mine different? Let's think about some of the biggest brands on earth. Everybody on earth knows about Coca-Cola. But there's some countries that you don't know about. Do you know about a country called Bhutan? I doubt it. You've probably never heard of it. And it's got a whole population. But you know about Coke. I can see the guys behind the camera laughing because they've never heard of a country called Bhutan. And it's got several million people. So what is it that made Coke stand out and Bhutan just another country? They made people feel special when they drank their Coke. You see that there's an advertisement that is run by the government of Kenya, because it's our brand, called Magical Kenya. And they show you all sorts of very nice places and things. And you actually you even desire to go there. Do you remember an advertisement that talked about Jivinjari? How you should just go and outside and have some fun. People spent a lot of money Jivinjariing, just having their fun, relaxing, going out into the countryside. And it became a big business, a big thing that is now a regular thing, where people just say, I want to go let's do a road trip. And you'll get into your place and you'll do 100 kilometers one way and then 100 kilometers back. And at the end of it, or somewhere along the way, you'll get your roast meat and your roast potatoes and your ugali. And man, that thing is just... Do you know who the biggest influence actually was? Government of Kenya. When they came up with that thing of Magical Kenya and Jivinjari and so on. So if you add emotion to the mix, people will go for that thing, and they'll discover different ways of having fun and having that experience and sharing and learning lessons which they will share. People connect with something authentic. The people really love authenticity. If it's genuine, people will see it and they'll go for it. And also try and improve the customer experience. When a customer consumes your product, have a way of trying to follow up to see whether they liked it and what their complaint might have been, what they'd appreciate better, that it can do more. And every time that you have an interaction with a customer, you learn firsthand exactly what the customer actually needs. Sometimes you might make an assessment based on many, but there are many inaccurate things. So you need to come down now to where you are with one customer who is consuming one thing or your product, and they are giving you a very good assessment of that experience. The other thing is that people buy a story. People like stories. Um, you need to make your lessons a story for people, and also ensure that you stay consistent. Consistency matters. If, say, for example, like I am on TikTok and YouTube, just the same IMOX on TikTok and on YouTube, if I cease to be consistent, people will forget about me. And so every week I have to release 1 or 2 or 3 different podcasts so that people do not forget about me. Consistency matters. And even for you, you can't say that you'll be in the market copying everybody else, but you are there only on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Your competitors will edge you out. One day you'll find that you don't even have space to sell. So don't forget, try not to look like everybody else. Try not to sound like everybody else. Try not to have the same experience as everybody else. Because customers will end up struggling to remember you. But if you have a unique thing about yourself, preferably 1 or 2, not too many, very unique things about yourself, people will always come there. I've got a friend who sells dresses. She sells dresses for women who are super large. And she has a market. And they do not go anywhere else because she sells only to them. She doesn't sell clothes for small people. And her clothes are not cheap. And they're all mutumba. And they are more expensive sometimes than what I see in the shops. But the customers believe in her because she goes to them and she makes them feel so special when they are trying it out and when they're feeling it and so on. One of the things that she does is that she bought us a washing machine for that purpose. She puts them in the washing machine and she puts in something that smells really nice. I don't know what it is. And when they're ironed, when she's walking around with them in a big bag and finally delivering it to you, she will deliver something that you are very happy with. The smell is nice. It feels nice. It's nice. It fits you well. So people, the ladies who she sells to, will always buy. And many times they book far in advance because she's on the phone calling them and telling them, I'm going to come with this and I'm going to come with that. And when it comes, it is washed, ironed, and it smells heavenly. And then she'll come and talk to them about how it's looking so nice on them. And she does extremely well. Sometimes I get very scared when I go in my own tours and travels. I go into people's shops, people who sell mutumba, and it really looks like mutumba. It has its customers, but there are others who have taken exactly the same mutumba, not selection, the same one, washed it, perfume. I don't know what they put inside there that smells really good, and then they polish it, they iron it, and they package it somehow that looks really nice, and they price it right. And they're selling it in malls in Nairobi. And when you look at it, you can tell if you've got an eye for these things, you can tell that this is Mutumba. Sometimes they'll also tell you it's Mutumba, but not the regular Mutumba. Now tell me something. What is Mutumba and regular Mutumba? So you'll find that they are selling a feeling, they're selling the smell, they're selling the sensation, and they are with you, selling it so positively that you don't have an option except to buy. And when you buy it, you wear it very proudly, even though it has been worn and it's out of season in another country. Avoid being like everybody else. Make yourself a little different by just being different. Make your tea stand out because of some reason. Make your sodas stand out for some reason. Make your juices stand out for some reason. Your hardware shop should stand out for some reason. Come up with what it is based on where you are, what the needs of that place might be. Come up with a reason as to why people should come to you. And you will not regret it. And you'll be able to, once you've gotten it right here in Kenya, you'll very easily go into Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, and all the other nations around and have a multinational business because you can. You have it in you to make yourself, to make of yourself a very big name right across Africa. And Africa is huge. You can fit 5 continental USA on inside of Africa in terms of how much space there is, how much land mass there is. And we are over 1 billion people. So for sure you can grow into exactly the kind of business that you want to. And right now when the borders are all open for business, it really is possible. Don't fear to go out. Don't fear to spread your wings. Just stretch out, stretch yourself and go excel here, and then use the profit to go into the next place. Use the profit from Kenya and from Uganda to branch off into Tanzania. Use the profit from Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya to go to Congo, but do not fear to grow. Differentiate yourself, position yourself right, and avoid being the same. Sell something that makes you stand out, and think about expanding into other markets. This has been IMOX, in my own experience.